Hi everyone. Hello, hey, my name is Josh. I want to welcome you to the 13th annual Whitefish Whiteout. We cannot wait to have everybody here on February 6th. A huge thank you to everyone who is participating on the 6th, old and new. There is, of course, one face that we are missing who embodies this entire event here, and that is Ben Parsons. Thank you, Ben, for all you've done and continue to do to inspire us to be here today. This is a competitors meeting for the 2021 Whitefish Whiteout. There are a number of changes needed due to COVID, and we ask that you pay close attention to not only the course, but those details as well. For the purpose of this meeting, I'm outside, socially distant. I'm going to set my mask aside in hopes of better communicating. This is the competitors meeting, and we're going to cover contest format, the required gear, timing, awards, sponsors, course specifics, all that. All racers will be responsible for all information in this presentation, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate. Email us at events@skiwhitefish.com as soon as you have that question. Race day is a little different with check-in times to avoid overcrowding. Check-in will be at the main lift plaza from 8:30 to 9 for racers with the last name from A to M, and check-in from 9 to 9:30 with racers from the name N to Z. There are 4 courses this year with men's and women's categories in each. The start and finish are not in the same location. At the start, there will be gear bins organized by competitors' last names. There will be 5 or 6 bins. Please do not put anything larger than a small backpack in these bins. That is for you to have a layer to keep warm after the race. Nothing else. Once you've checked in, you'll receive 2 racing bibs. The bibs need to be attached to your backpack and onto your right leg. We need to see bibs on our racers at all times. Thank you to Competitive Timing for timing this race. Dress in layers to stay warm. You will sweat while you are out racing, and it is cold at the summit. Also, if there's fresh snow, we recommend bringing an extra pair of skins. Helmets are required on all descents. Good news, you do not need any avalanche gear or ski leash to compete in this race. Look for giant slalom red or blue gates that will lead you down the mountain. Before you start, make sure you are clipped in. Each category will start when the appropriate bell goes off. There are staggered starts beginning at 10:30. The black course begins at 10:30. 2 minutes later, the blue course begins at 10:32. And 2 minutes after that, the green and ascent only courses begin at 10:34. Once you are warm and you have your bib, you're ready to head over to the start. May the best Skimo racer win. Remember, the mountain is still open to the public while you are racing. Please respect other skiers and riders and follow the skier's code. Stay on approved routes only. Uphill stages are marked with brightly colored pink or orange flags tied on trees or onto bamboo. Keep your eye out for red diamonds along the binny up and for the ascent up the blue course. Transition areas are marked with yellow flags. Transition inside the transition station if possible. Allow space behind you in the transition zone for others who arrive after you. Once you reach the summit, the transition station is where the old Chair 5 used to be. Keep in mind, the end is not the tippy top of the summit house, but is indeed where the old Chair 5 was. Follow signs to the top transition. At no time should anyone ever go to the top of the summit near the summit house. If you have any questions on the route, we have 15 course marshals on course. No cheating, and please be nice. Stage 1 will take us from the lift plaza all the way to the tip-top summit of the mountain, located where the old Chair 5 used to be, top terminal. This will be controlled with help from our friends in Ski Patrol. We'll ascend up many falls to Tony Mat, and we will be ascending the normal binny up front side route. This means that it is marked with red diamonds on the skier's right of Tony Mat. We ask that you stay as close to these as possible. Once you are headed up, you're going to continue up the normal binny up route marked with those red diamonds. We'll take this farthest skier's route right up Tony Mat. You'll make it all the way to about Tower 10 on the bench where bench run hits Tony Mat, and continue up skier's right side. As you continue up, you'll pass the snowmaking ponds. There's less trees in this area, so it can become a bit more difficult to navigate. Please look for our uphill marking and the standard red diamonds for this section of the course. Again, the uphill marking is essentially long pieces of pink or orange flagging attached to bamboo. We'll continue along the perimeter of Ptarmigan Bowl here. Again, nestling up skier's right here at the top of Big Ravine, Tony Matt, and making our way for the first time of the day up to the top of the summit transition / finish line. This is a place we'll all go a number of times through the day and something we should all be familiar with. There is a building located right here, which is a remnant of the top of Old Chair 5. And anytime you approach this building, the mantra should always be to circle this building clockwise. At no time will you ever go counterclockwise around this building. So once you have transitioned from the top here, or made it all the way to the summit of the summit transition and the finish line, that is the finish of our single ascent course. Our green, blue, and black division racers will continue. For note, the personal records for the Benny Up Stage 1 records for the Whitefish Whiteout. In 2015, our female record was by Lauren Cunin. Her time was 32 minutes and 12 seconds. And in 2017, Mike Foote set the record at 24 minutes and 52 seconds. For reference, it only takes about 7.5 minutes for the high-speed quad to make it to the top of the mountain. There's a 90-minute cutoff time for this point. Please make sure you make it up to the summit by that point. All courses after that will continue to do our hell roaring leg. Again, we're going to be going around the counter or the clockwise side of this building, so we're staying on the skier's left as you approach and ski over to the top of the radio towers. Our tip here is to keep your skins on through this transition until you make it to the top of radio towers. There's very little elevation lost between here at the top and the saddle, and then a slight skin up to the top of FAA. This is the green course / stage 2 portion of the Whitefish Whiteout. Here we started it at the top of the summit transition at the Benny Up completion. We will follow this section out along this service road, along the top of Connie's Coulee Gates, all the way out to the saddle here, where you go either out to Grey Wolf if you're skiing the backside, out Hellfire if you're skiing normally in Hell Roaring Basin, or like we'll be doing, continuing across and up to the very tip top of radio towers. You'll know you're there because, well, there's radio towers. Once you get to this location, you are going to transition into your first downhill phase of the race. This section has been recently gladed in the summer of 2020, so it should be a bit more open than it has been in the years past. We will descend essentially fall line to the start of where Taylor Creek Road and Hellfire come together in the wintertime with that exit to out of bounds gate right here, and essentially come down skiers right around the swing of Gray's Golf Course here. So we're staying skiers right of all the main chutes, skiers right of the diving board, skiers right of all the main stuff, kind of circling down and then swooping over at the bottom of the apron over to the transition. Start making your way up this green course section. There is a skin track and a boot pack to a skin track on this section. So we ask that when you transition, of course, you transition in the back of the transition area to make space for anybody who might come up behind you while you're transitioning. You're going to skin up a couple hundred feet to the bottom of the chute, and we're actually going to be coming up a little bit further to the west than we did last year. This chute will be a little bit more accommodating and should provide for a little bit more opportunities for passing or even side by side in some places. Once you come to the base of this chute and you transition onto your boots for the boot pack, come all the way up the chute, we should have a knotted rope in the middle of that chute to assist with your climbing. Please be cognizant of your other racers around you and try to be as safe as possible. Once you get to the top of the chute, you will transition back to your skins and essentially climb relatively fall line back up to Hellfire Ski Run. Follow Hellfire up to the saddle of Grey Wolf again and follow the service road that you accessed Hell Roaring Basin on all the way back up to the summit transition. And here we are back at the summit transition. You're going to come across, again, clockwise around this building. Clockwise around this building. So from Hell Roaring Basin coming out, clockwise around the building. At no time will anybody ever, for any race course, ever go to the Summit House summit where the top of Chair 1 is. So once you've made it back up to the summit transition after the Hell Roaring leg, that's the end of the green course. Good job, everyone. That's incredible. There is a 3-hour cutoff time to get to the finish of the green course for those participating in the green course, and a 2-hour cutoff time for those in the blue and black courses. So from our summit transition, we're going to continue out towards Inspiration Ski Run itself. This is a notoriously foggy area, so stay along the ridge all the way to the top of Cow's Country. This is No Name Ski Run. This is Cow's Country, right at the sign of Cow's Country. You'll descend fall line right through a couple of fun little steeper spots and continue on the left side of this, skier's left side of this open terrain through what we call the tunnel. This tunnel is the main access to the top portion of the Haskell Slide Rocks. Once you pop through that tunnel, essentially you're going to ski down one of the steepest pitches on the mountain, which is Haskell Slide. We'll make that transition all the way down to the ski run of Over the Hill Gang. This is the elevator over the Hill Gang, and we'll transition right here in the woods, and then a fairly technical skin from this transition area at the bottom of Haskell Slide up through what's called Joker's Jungle, Kings and Aces, kind of skiers left of Haskell's area. And then you'll pop out right here on Momentum Ski Run. This white line here is the bottom of Chair 5. You'll pop out right here just above Chair 5 on Momentum. On Momentum, and then you'll follow the standard east side skin route all the way to the summit from that location. Essentially that means you're climbing up the skier's left side of Momentum all the way till you get to the base of North Bowl Face. Now our traditional skin route continues up this way, up Momentum and up Phil Hill. We're going to have more of a technical skin in North Bowl Face. A handful of switchbacks on our way up, and then we will hit right behind the Summit House at what we call the Summit Saddle between the top of Chair 1 and the Summit Transition. You'll pop out right here and make your way back over to the Summit Transition. Again, you're going clockwise around this location, so you're going to come around skiers left of the top of Chair 5 building, and again, finish here for the blue coursers at the Summit Transition. Now the final leg of the Whiteout accesses East Rim, has a couple of different boot packs, and has some fairly technical skiing and skinning. So this is for the black course only. Once you have transitioned here at the Summit Transition, you're going to continue around this building again in a clockwise fashion out to the road at the Summit Saddle, all the way behind the Summit House to Phil Hill Ski Run, or the Ant Hill. And you will skin down the Phil Hill to the top of Chair 5 right here. Come out the standard skiing access to Chair 5 to the East Rim. You'll follow it all the way around, out the nose just to the cliffs, to the skier's right of the nose, kind of accessing Upper Whiteys. You'll continue down Whiteys all the way kind of to the lift line of Chair 5 itself, and you'll transition very close to the bottom of Chair 5, right here in the flats, just above Chair 5 bottom, where Moose Ski Run comes in. There's your transition. Very nice, open, big, flat spot there for folks to get into. And plenty of space for the racers around you. This time, you will have transitioned back into your skins. You're going to head up Moose Ski Run right here. So this is Moose. This is Moose right here. You're going to come from the bottom of Chair 5, up Moose, and then skin up and boot pack up the Chicken Chute. Again, we'll have a knotted rope in the chicken chute to assist, but it is certainly a steep part of the mountain and constrained with geography. At the top of this location here is another kind of technical transition area where you're going to go from your boot pack and really just stay in your skinned skis. This is slightly downhill, but very much a time saver to ski this on your skins over to the bottom of North Bowl Chute. This can become a congested area as well during the transition, so it will help alleviate that if you can skin this down. You got a couple little fun turns here through chicken nuggets to make it down to the bottom of this, but shouldn't be anything outside of your ability levels. And at that time, you are going to make it to the bottom of North Bowl Chute, boot pack actually up through the chute itself, all the way to the top of North Bowl Chute. We will have a rope in this area as well, kind of from about the patrol tram down to the opening where the chute gets wider. From the top, you're going to continue all the way above the normal skier access into the North Bowl Chute and all the way to the top where it plateaus. Transition there back into your skins, or onto your skis rather, which are skinned, and continue skinning back up to the top of Chair 5. Across the entry of momentum, up the skier's right of Fill Hill / Ant Hill, utilizing the same road you accessed the East Rim Loop on behind the Summit House and below the Summit House. All the way back up through the Summit Saddle here. Again, clockwise around the bot, around the building at Chair 5, all the way to the finish. Good job, everyone. The cutoff time for black coursers is 4 hours and 15 minutes. Our award ceremony looks a little bit different this year because of COVID. Awards will be outside, right here at this location at the bottom of Ed's Run at 4:15. The prizes are awesome this year. We could not have done it without so many amazing sponsors. These businesses have chosen to support you and this event. We in turn ask that you support them. This year we have prizes of a $1,000 cash purse, which will be split between the black course winners. There's also $50 for the first male and $50 for the first female to finish stage 1. Prizes exist for first through third for each category, except for the single ascent, which only gets a first place prize and ribbon. Also, our raffle this year includes things like a night's stay at the Whitefish Lake Lodge, a night at the Isaac Walton Inn, 2 cat ski trips with Great Northern Powder Guides, a couple of head skis and Tyrolia AT bindings, tons and tons of gift certificates, soft goods, Skimo goodies, and lots more. The raffle is not to be missed.